Hi everyone, welcome to our treasure home. Happy Thanksgiving Eve. So, y'all wonder what is going on. So, I have a few surprises for y'all. But first, I'm going to say welcome, Robin and Rebecca, to people in the chat. Thank you to the TV watchers and those who watch the replay and everything. This is Thanksgiving Eve. So, there's a little change up about tonight's lineup. What I wanted to do is kind of change. I will do next week also with the clothes. So I'll do a little bit tonight with the clothes. But the first surprise is how big this jacket is on me. Now this used to fit me really well. So almost two people can get into it. So that's one thing. The second thing is, and I don't know if y'all probably see me in videos. So let me unzip the jacket. With these sweatpants on. Well, they're so big now, they kind of just fall off. And even these pants are getting big. So I'm like, next week I'll do what I really wanted to do with the demonstration of the clothes. But I thought that'd be pretty cool just for the night because those sweatpants have gotten so big that I could probably put 2 or 3 pairs of pants underneath of it. So, just like we did in the old days, you layer up before you went out. So today I did something really, really awesome. Thank you. Ooh, helping Daddy cook. So here comes the drum roll. Y'all ready? Da-da-da. I got my hair cut today. Now it's messy because I had the hat on. But she put mousse in it and everything, and I went and re-wetted it. But yeah. So tomorrow, Friday or something, I will style it, go back and wash it and style it and everything. But yeah, I love it. Um, she, I wanted it. What I wanted to do is like layer it, like like the '80s, how we used to have in the '80s. She goes, "But your hair is so thin." I'm like, yeah, I know. My hair has thinned out a lot. Hey, Karma. That is awesome. So yes, I went and got my hair cut today. So it's so now after I wash it and I let it dry, y'all will really see how curly it is. It'll be like Anastasia, it'll be in ringlets. So I was like, it is so cool. I love it. Yeah. So I asked her to keep my bang because I don't like my high forehead. Oh goodness. So those are some of the surprises. Now, some people knew what I was going to go do today, and thank y'all for not saying anything. We kept it a great big surprise and all, because I was like, it's time to get the dead ends and the split ends and everything just cut, and then have a nice trim. Um, yeah, if y'all remember. Oh, let's see here. Miss Angela Lansbury. See if I still have her name down here. All right. So, when she did Murder, She Wrote, that's how my hairstyle was when I was a teenager. And yes, it was that short. And my thinking was, my long hair keep my neck warm and everything, you know. But then I got to thinking, what's that? I had my hair short way back then. But I was also always hot. I've always been hot. But, you know, the change of life can change that things. So I'm like, okay, so I just need to just go. I got plenty of scarves and everything. I can keep my neck warm that way. And there's here days I'm hot and I'm putting a short sleeve shirt on and everything. So the next surprise before we get cooking, what Nancy's cooking on our treasure home? Well, it's Thanksgiving, so that's another surprise. But I will do some things on the other channel that when I'm making tonight, I'll redo a little bit differently than the other night because I did the same video on both channels and they sent me, well, this channel's copywriting you. And it's like, it's my own channel. Whatever. So, I've had this shirt on all day long and the redness has gone down. The puffiness has gone down and everything. So, is it contact dermatitis or this is in the bend of my elbow? Possibly. I have not had the allergy shots for 3 weeks either. So, it's probably a lot of factors. But I figured if I could keep this covered up from when I bend my arm, it wouldn't rub together. So, this is back to, I know it doesn't look like it on there, but this has gone down to where it's this right here is almost skin tone right here. This is a light pink. This is a light pink. So it's actually getting a whole lot better. So now it makes sense when I wake up in the morning because I lay on my right side. So my left arm is out like this. So it's not bent. So that's why it looks better in the morning. So that is something I've learned. So I do have some shirts that are long sleeve, but thin material, so I could put them on. It still itches, but I scratch here, so I'm not scratching the skin or anything. So tonight we're going to sit and I'm going to show y'all how we make our, however way they want to say that word. We never said it that way, but we made a veggie tray and a meat tray and cheese tray. So we're doing the meat one tonight. But I've got to cook a few things before I make the tray. And then I'm going to show y'all, my son made chicken sausage gumbo. I'm trying to figure out which one looks better to show you. And he used noodles instead of rice. So this is leftover. We got 2 containers of leftovers of this. Oh my goodness. It is so good. Last night upstairs after Anastasia, I said, you know what? He goes, what? I said, I can have shrimp again. He goes, you always had shrimp. I said, no. After my pacemaker was put in, I couldn't have shrimp. We had shrimp. We had this like 2 or 3 times afterwards. And I said I couldn't stay and smell or the taste of it. And so something about the smell is still a little bit gets to me. But he goes, that don't make sense. I said it was part of the anesthesia. He goes, anesthesia. But yeah, some people when they go under for surgery and everything, when they come back out and everything, their taste buds have changed and everything. And it takes a while for it to get back to normal. So just realize that anytime you go for surgery, sometimes your taste buds may change. And I've got my honey and ginger tea right here because I was out and about today. I was so excited. I got my hair cut. And the girl, she was awesome. She goes, so we were talking. I was like, oh, I'm not from here, from Virginia. She goes, I could tell that Southern accent. She wants Southern at all. But it was so cute. I loved it. I was like, oh. So we got some turkey sausage links. And I have some chicken sausage. And we're going to cut some up and put them both in the pan and get that started. I'm so excited. We're having chicken. We're going to roast 2 chickens. We're having green bean casserole, sweet potato casserole. We're going to have baked potatoes, because Anastasia doesn't like mashed potatoes anymore. Let's see here. You get this knife. Let's see here. And then, of course, the green bean casserole has the French's fried onions on it. So we're going to have that. Okay, less mess. I don't have to use a cutting board. And then, what? That reminds me, I have a story for y'all. Alrighty. So, today when I was coming out of Walmart, I was walking to the Uber driver that was picking me up. And this older man, not too much older, I guess, he just let the cart go and hit the guy's van. And he was so upset. The guy, the Uber driver, he was upset. And I'm like, I don't blame him. So I told him I was walking to his van because he was at the other side, where I was at. And so as soon as I got to the van, he started to take off. I was like, hey! So he stopped. He opened the door. He said my name. I said his name. Of course, I checked the license plate number, so make sure it was my driver. And I told him I saw that man, what he did. Because you saw it? And I said, yeah. Happened to see he saw where car he got in. Got his plate. I said, good. I said, you report that to Walmart and the insurance company. Because he did that on purpose. He let go of that cart. So, after we finally left the parking lot, my ringtone goes off. So, and that's what was playing. He's Spanish. And he goes, you like that song? Like, I love that song. So he got to his music thing. He started playing the Christmas song. We were singing it all the way down the road. I was like, I love this. So the driver, the lady that picked me up this morning, the driver and everything, oh, that was wonderful too. You know, and we had to talk about the Lord and everything. Hey, Sue. So as she pulled out to go, she goes, oh, look at that chicken. So our neighbors who has that big rooster out there and everything, now they decorate for Christmas. So I was like, she was goes, I gotta get a picture of this. So her and I both were taking pictures. So I gotta show y'all. Right. So they put the rooster, and I'll put these in the video and everything. And then they got Santa hanging. I was like, that's so funny. So everything lights up, and I'm thinking, I wonder what it looks like when it's all lit up and everything. But it is so cold here. Like cold. It is like it's 34, but the wind blowing so much. The wind chill makes it 24, and then when it gusts, it makes it colder. So it's like, oh my goodness gracious. All right, so I'm going to do this way. Because I can reuse this plate tomorrow. Everything. So here's what we do for my, things. Board. Yeah, that thing. We call it a veggie tray and a meat and cheese tray growing up. We didn't have any special names for it. Alright, so I got some honey smoked turkey breast. And what we used to do, do it this way so y'all can see. We just rolled it up. And if you have toothpicks, you could put toothpicks in there to keep it rolled up. And we just roll them up like this. And I've got some broccoli and cauliflower, cucumbers. We have carrots and celery. So I'll do a video about the veggie tray, and that will be on the Cooking Dairy Free and Alpha-Gal. And I'll redo this and put it on the cooking channel also. So we got that one done. Flip these over. There we go. Now, I'm quite sure they're still in the store. I just didn't look for them today. But the toothpicks with the colored cellophane on the end, you know, we used to get those all the time. My mom, at the holidays, and use those, you know. Or like if they had this kind of meat or something other. All right, and so this is the roasted seasoned chicken breast. And I'll just put that on the opposite end. And, oh yeah, we used to do ham and roast beef and, you know, the chicken and the turkey. And one thing I do miss is the ham biscuits. We used to make, my mom would get, in the grocery store she worked at, it was called U-Crops. It's no longer in business, hasn't been for a long time. But they had these house rolls that they made. And then you took the salted ham and put it, oh my goodness, it was so good. All right, let me wash the hands. All righty. And I forgot to look like for sliced turkey breast and everything. We have the turkey legs, but you know, when you haven't been able to get out for a long time, years. I'm not just talking about in months. I'm talking I haven't been out in 5 years, except to go to the doctor. You get pretty excited. Yeah, my hip felt it though when I got home. Oh my goodness, I was really leaning on that cart. I did not get an electric cart because I wanted to try to get some walking in, but I'm telling you, wow. My left hip let me know. I'm like, yeah, I know. I'll get home, I'll sit down. But, you know, I just took my time, looked at things. I did get some stuffing, like when you stuff like origami or pillows or stuffed animals that you make, because I have a project I need to do. I will get these in here. And then this all back nice together. And the good thing about with this to be leftovers and everything. So Friday night cooking. Friday night on the cooking channel, we will be doing about what do you do with leftovers? How to use them, what some ideas and everything. Besides the same old, same old. Now, my mom always made turkey stew with the leftover turkey. So, but we don't have turkey this year. We haven't been doing turkey since, oh my goodness, for 5 years now. Ever since, 2020. And they were expensive and rare to find for some reason or another. So we did chicken. We've been doing chicken ever since. So we'll do two whole chickens and everything. And then that will last, Thanksgiving, the weekend. And then, hey, Scott, how you doing? Thank you. And then whatever leftovers, they go, you can have. I will vacuum seal some of it and everything, and then we'll make something with the rest of it. See, I looked at pie shells today, and I was like, no, and I should have picked up those pie shells. So I will try to make a pie shell. Maybe. We'll see. I do have that Bisquick, though. I could use that. That will definitely be something. Everybody does chicken pot pie or turkey pot pie. We might do something different than the pot pie for a Friday night. All right. Make sure these aren't sticking too much. Cook enough on each side. So with the stuffing for animals, like you stuff your pillows and everything. I am an affiliate with Leisure Arts. So my affiliate links, I have them different places. It's at the end of all my videos now. I'm putting the links for my affiliates. A lot of them are having Black Friday sales, so go check them out and everything. But with Leisure Arts, I have a it's not elephant. It's like Snuffleupagus, if y'all remember Sesame Street. Erica reminded me that I need to do, and I'm supposed to be doing it on this channel. So I was like, how to use the stuffing for something else to make those pillows and get things straight. So I was like, I went into the craft department and took pictures so people could see. I could show y'all what the Walmart crafts section looks like. And I walked right by it because I wasn't even looking on that side of the aisle. And I was like looking at my list. And here I'm in the middle of the food section. I'm like, oh my goodness, I got to walk all the way back. So when I go out and everything, I make sure I have, I go from start from one end, that I do every single thing so I don't have to go back. But I went back and I got the stuffing and everything, so, all right. Hold on for a minute. Okay, they were playing a song and I didn't want to get a copyright strike on it. Because, believe it or not, my computer does pick up sound. Especially my phone. A different, I didn't think it picks up that much, but it does. Alright, I'm going to flip this over. And get this other side. Alrighty. So yeah, so I had to get that. I forgot to get it the last time I was out, and I was like, I kind of didn't want to order, the polyfill stuffing, just for the fact that it would probably take longer to get here than I could if I went out today to get it. So toothpicks, these come in handy for the sausages and the cheese. Oh, mine was upside down. Let me get a couple more here. But yeah, I remember we always had the ones with the color cellophanes, the blue, the red, and the gold. And it was always so much fun. Hi, Robin. How you doing? So the pies, what we have is pies. We've got an apple pie, we have a pumpkin pie, and I made the chocolate pie. So we're good on desserts because I was going to make the cranberry, not a cranberry dressing. It's a cranberry salad dessert, but I couldn't find any sour cream. Oh, thank you so much. Yeah, I got a haircut. So, when I watch Friday night, it'll be, because she put mousse in it and everything, and then she had it up. Not like this, but she had it up and everything. So I was like, it was so adorable. I love it. So she goes, your hair's thin. I'm like, yeah. And I was thinking to myself, I know how to fix that. When I take my flaxseed, when I eat rosemary is good for your hair. And I add rosemary to my dishes, or I make my rosemary spray and you rub it in and everything. My hair grows and it grows back thick. So I know what to do. It's just I haven't been doing it, and that's my fault. Just like with my teeth, the dentist I went to was saying that the plaque was holding my teeth in place, and I'm like, I've never heard that before, but okay. So have a soft toothbrush and been brushing different. So I looked up. Of course, we all look up stuff online and everything. There's different things. They said the oil pulling with the coconut is one of the best things because it's inflammation of your gums. That's why your gums recede. And I'm like, you know what? I'll have this all fixed myself before I go back to any dentist. But that dentist wanted to send me to a periodontist and implant dentist, and knew that person was not in my insurance network. So I would have to pay out of pocket. And I'm like, and they're telling me this while they're sitting there, hand me the paper to call this guy to schedule an appointment. And I'm like, if he knows he doesn't take my insurance, he doesn't take my insurance, why are you sending me here? And I'm just like, that was the most, I'm like, I know what you're trying to do. I was like, I'm not stupid. I felt like saying, I'm not from this state, so you can't, do that mess to me. So it'll be after the first of the year before I go to another dentist and everything. And yes, they just say these teeth up here that are broken need to be pulled, and the 2 wisdom teeth down here need to be pulled. So this tooth down here can straighten back out. But I'm just like, no, I think it's too bad. We have one of those emergency dentists here down the road I could go to and get it pulled. Oh, yeah, they do get it. Oh, yeah, because she sit there and said, oh, this guy is a friend of one of the doctors here, so they know each other very well, and you can trust him. I'm like, yeah, they can split the cash back and forth to each other, That's what I was thinking. I was like, yeah, I don't think so, And it wasn't, Right, so that dentist, I guess, takes a lot of Medicare and Medicaid people or whatever. And yes, I'm on Medicare, and I have, I have good insurance. A lot of people don't like United. I have United Healthcare. Some people like it, some people don't. But it's what I have and they do great with the dental and stuff that vision and everything. All my doctors are in the network. And so I even, after they did that, I came home that day or the next day and I started searching. So then I got to chatting with someone and I asked for this type of dentist. And I said, but is this dentist? And I gave the name and that one. And we don't know, had nobody by that name in our network. I said, thank you. That's what I thought. They were just, they saw money signs and thought I was going to be stupid enough to go ahead and call that one to make an appointment. So I would have to pay out of pocket. I don't think so. So my learning and my advice is if a doctor tells you something, or just always verify with your insurance if somebody's in your network, out of network, if it's going to pay, what they're going to pay, and everything. So, you're not stuck with a high bill that you can't pay anyway. So the cheese we have is the shredded cheese. Now with that, what you can do is take your shredded cheese and put your sheet pan, put parchment paper down, and put it in make little piles like that, and bake it till it just melts together, and then you have like a cheesy cracker. Reminds me, I need to get the crackers. You can have crackers, you don't have to have crackers. This is my meat tray. So this side is the turkey sausage. This is the turkey. This is the chicken sausage. So we're going to take a taste test. That's good. Something else we used to do is make a cheese sauce. And have it on the side where people could take it and put it on their plate. And dip their own stuff in cheese sauce. And something else we used to do was we get an extra loaf of bread and everything. We would cut the ends off and everything, and then make like the ham salad, chicken salad, and we didn't do tuna fish that much. Sandwiches, and then you come in diagonals to make the little squares. We called them finger sandwiches and everything. We did that with the meat also. Oh, I don't feel like pulling those crackers. They're in the pantry, but that thing is full now. I could, but I don't have to. I don't like moving anything. So if you got Ritz crackers, we have club crackers. We got the small ones, but any kind of like your crackers or the fancy crackers, the fancy round ones and everything. My mom used to get. I saw them in the store, and I was like, do I want to get them? Do I not want to get them and everything? So I decided not to get those crackers this time. So maybe at Christmas time I'll get those crackers. I forgot what they're called. No, all right, hold on again. Alrighty, so we're back. They don't know I'm live, so that's all right. So we did the chicken sausage. Here's the turkey sausage. We're gonna taste test that, and you can tell the difference. And that's pretty good. I like that. And then now when Anastasia is done with gets through her maintenance phase and everything, next year will be so different because she will be able, like the Cracker Barrel block cheese and everything like that. We'll be able to get those and everything and do a tray. Now some things because she goes, can we still get the almond milk? Because we like almond milk. It just seems like it's better than anything, but she hadn't had real milk until now, and she says it tastes funny. So it's like, well, yeah, because you're not used to having real milk, so it does taste kind of funny to her, and all. But that's the process that we're going to be doing. I have stopped the allergy shots completely. I don't see any difference. I don't think they were doing any difference. Actually, I really think they were aggravating this a whole lot more than it was. I mean, like I said, what that looks like on there and what I see is different. It's actually going down. And the spots, like my hands, they dried up. But the drying part, yeah, whole milk does taste quite stronger than 2%. Well, they got the organic horizon whole milk. That's what they're using. That's what the doctor used. Yeah, because it was like, I want to say water and the milk was diluted when they first started just to get it into her system and everything. So every 2 weeks she goes back. Now, last week was her up dose. So I went from 1 to 1.5. So next week she'll be the 2.0. So it's going faster than they thought because what they've been doing was, when it says maybe processed on the same equipment as milk, eggs, nuts, da 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 da. They would get that just so it could start getting into her system more and more. And we've been doing that for years. So now, that she still has, it's like, all right, so when she has her OIT, after she eats half her dinner and then comes down, drinks her milk, and then eats, she still says, it's her body reacting, hey, something's, the foreign is in your body, we're going to itch and this, that, and the other and everything. And her allergist says, and this is the top allergist, I know in Ohio, she says that's what your body response is supposed to be. But we're teaching it to tell your body to say, hey, okay, this is okay. We don't have to do that flight or fight response mode anymore and everything. So we still have EpiPens and everything just in case because she's still in the process. I am just going to start taking, if I need to, taking Allegra. Even though it says non-drowsy, it still makes me sleepy. At nighttime, I have not Flexerol. Flexerol is a muscle relaxer. Zyrtec. So I have that. Now I know that definitely makes me sleepy, so I'll take that at nighttime if I need to take it. Sometimes I'm just like, how do we learn our bodies learn how to, be its own immune system and everything. Besides the way God made us, we were outside playing. We played in the dirt and everything, and our bodies just built up the immunities to different stuff. So I'm like, maybe I need to be out. Even though outside now it's too cold. Oh, it's not too cold for me to be outside, but I love being outside. But you know, getting used to different things in the air and everything. The cottonwood is just terrible during the springtime, but that's okay. I'm out there in the planters with my hands and everything. And I thought the one planter that's right there by the back door, I had put those sugar pie pumpkins in. And I'm like, I could not remember. I'm like, oh my goodness, I hope this is not a tree or trees growing in this thing. So I went back and looked, and I planted oregano in there. And I was like, because someone made a comment, I think I was Yogi Hollow Farm. Lisa said that was a good idea with the cover crop. And I'm like, that was my plan to do that. Let me go back and look at my notes. So my notes is the in that plant that looks like little like clovers and everything. Actually, it's oregano. So what I did, it was the same oregano I planted at the beginning. That when I picked it and everything and tried it tasted like motor oil. So I was like, well, let me try it again this time, because when I went there this morning, I was like, you know what, I need just to pick a little bit just to see what it smells like. And it smells just like oregano. I did not taste it because I did not have time to come back in and wash it off. Maybe, I don't know, this weekend they're talking about snow. So we've had snow. It'd be nice to have some more snow. But I might just go out there this weekend and just get some of it and everything and wash it and do a little video to see if it tastes like, hey Darian, tastes like oregano, if it still tastes like motor oil. But if it smelled just fine, it smelled just like oregano, and I'm just like, okay, so maybe it was just some of those seeds that did that, and not all the seeds that did that. So, but I learned that oregano is a good cover crop if you have a container and you want something there, so it's just not the soil in there. Plant some oregano. And we've had some cold temperatures and some below 32 degrees, and it's still out there. It's still thriving. So I was like, oh, that's cool. I like that. That works very well for me. So this shirt is actually big on me too. My idea is for next week, what I'm going to do is I'll have shirts layered to what's huge, and then, it comes down to what I can actually fit into. And the same way with the pants, because I have size 24. I have a 24. I don't think I have a 26. And those are 24. They are way too big on me. And then the sweatpants, and those are huge too. So I think the sweatpants go over those 24 size pants and everything. And I was like, I'm just like excited because I go back and I've been watching my own videos and everything, and I'm like, how did I let myself get that big? I'm like, oh my goodness, you are kidding me. So, I can see back in 2020, 22, 23, where I lost 50 pounds and everything. And then things, start getting expensive and all. And so had to not really change eating, but I did because, I was told my greens and all were too expensive, but I was just like, so, but what I did was change up on the grocery list. One week I get certain things and next week I get certain things because I can make it last. And now that I'm doing the low carb, again, I do bacon and eggs in the morning, or eggs and cheese in the morning. Then from lunch, I make a salad, or I take a thing of canned chicken and make chicken salad and use it in um, a lettuce wrap instead. Instead of a tortilla wrap. You can, let's see, what else? If you have romaine lettuce, you can use romaine lettuce. The regular lettuce, people use that too. Let's see, there's other things I've used. I put it on celery before and ate it that way. Let's see here. I was trying to think what other ways I've done that. Of course, my favorite's always been a chicken salad sandwich. So if you have your, own bread, you can do it that way. They say there's keto bread. I'm like, the only keto bread that I could ever think of would be the Ezekiel bread, to use instead and everything. That will work out better. Let's see here. And same way if you do like a ham salad or a tuna salad, you can use it the same way. Do it like on a romaine lettuce, or I cannot think of the lettuce that's in a bowl. I cannot think of the name of that. But oh well, it's all right. Y'all know what I'm talking about. There's bulb lettuce, all kinds of lettuce out there. I was trying to think. Because the other day I just had an idea of I could sit there and use it as a wrap. Oh, turnip greens. If you like turnip greens or kale, mustard greens, you could do that with that also. I was like, I just have it in the fridge. I was like, you can use those for your wraps also. And then that's when you can use the toothpicks and put it in there and keep it closed until you start eating it. And then, of course, your crackers, you can have them on crackers. So now that I know I've got a good thing of ground turkey and the sausage like this, I can let's see, some of that sausage I can use tomorrow and make, have eggs and sausage. Actually, and sit there and take the chicken or the turkey, make you 2 eggs. You scramble your eggs or fry your eggs and everything. Or you could use the little, like your mini, if you have a waffle maker, whether it's a big one or a mini one, they call them chaffles. That's if you let it go to like almost like a crunchy type setting. I don't want to say setting, but instead of it being fluffy egg, just let it cook a little bit longer. So then it'd be like an egg sandwich, and make an egg sandwich with your meats and everything. And you put cheese on it. And then if you want to make your own homemade Thousand Island dressing, it's so easy. It's mayo and relish, turmeric, and salt and pepper. That's all Thousand Island dressing is. And I say, oh, I can make my own. Anastasia loves that dressing. She has no idea it's got turmeric in it. So, we've got Thousand Island dressing in there, but and vinegar. But sometimes I leave the vinegar out because, I like vinegar and everything. Sometimes it's just like, that bite is just too much. So, and I made my own ranch dressing. That's on this channel also on Our Treasure Home, because I'll redo it for Cooking Dairy Free and Off the Golf Nancy. But ranch dressing is pretty easy to make too. One of my favorites is the Green Goddess dressing. Never realized it was made with avocados. I was like, oh, okay. So that would be easy to do, mayonnaise and avocados and the few other ingredients. So I was like, sounds good to me. I can do that. And oh my goodness, when I was at Walmart today, I was over there by the avocados because they just grabbed the bags, one of the bags that has the small ones. They had avocados in there. I'm not joking. They were this huge. I was like, oh my goodness. That thing was bigger than a baseball or a softball. I was like, wow. I was like, okay, that's pretty cool. I see that avocado was that big. Next time I might just get one just to show I can show it and everything. So, you know, but that's what I've been doing. We just, kind of like getting ready for the cold weather to get here. Um, like cold, but the snow. So y'all just keep an eye out because the models are changing because they had already forecasted that this was going to be a warm Thanksgiving, warmer than we haven't had like this in a long time, and now they've had to change it. Well, the models have changed, and what we said was going to be warm now it's cold. I could have told them that, but it's probably watching the squirrels and everything else outside. You know, those old wise tales or stories, Grandma used to say, how many acorns, watch the acorns on the ground, um, watch the squirrels they gather and everything, all that stuff, it's still not too bad. The Farmer's Almanac has been pretty good too. So it's 35 here, feels like 24 with the low of 29. So we get down to 29, and the wind chill is just like it is. It's going to be 19 degrees outside. I love it. I sleep so much better when it's cooler. And my fibromyalgia, it still hurts, but not like it does during the summertime. So, no. I don't know. That lake effect snow, we might get something. I like to see a dusting in the morning, you know. So the lake effect up there, oh man, Michigan has gotten hammered, and Iowa and all them. I think Brian Luce's homestead, he's up in Iowa. I'm quite sure he just probably shaking his head because yeah, they're like feet of snow. I want a foot of snow. That'd be nice to have. You know, even better with a fireplace going and everything, and then the Christmas music in the background. So, on that note, here are a couple of questions. Maybe somebody might know in the comments or watching on the TV. You can say it out to everybody or anything. There are at least a couple Christmas songs that we sing at Christmas that were not actually Christmas songs. Yeah, so I'm gonna give y'all a few minutes to see if anybody knows what those songs are because I thought that was pretty cool. I showed Anastasia the other night. She was like, "What?" She goes, "I can sing. You can start singing that one." Girl, I said, "You're so funny." Yes, I am putting something on my lips. I have no idea what they're watching. Some TV show. So that's all right. They're out there having fun and having a good time. They got to sleep in today because they had no school and stage was off for 5 days. And so now tomorrow I get to sleep in because I didn't, it's Thanksgiving. And we haven't watched the parade, oh my goodness, in years just because it's not the same anymore like it used to be. I mean, I like the floats and everything, but I don't just like some of the stuff that they do anymore. So, all right, I'm going to give it a few more minutes to see if anybody can guess what those two songs are that are not Christmas songs. They're actually for Thanksgiving. There's a few more, but yeah. But these are two that people sing all the time. I'm just trying. I'm making sure this is because I'm going through YouTube because StreamYard. I only get 5 hours now, so yes, it is. Way to go, Karma. Jingle Bells is one of them. It was not made for Christmas. It was actually a Thanksgiving song. So let's see here. Jingle Bells. Jingle Bells was made when and for what? Don't you talk. Jingle Bells was made in 1857 by James Lord Pierpont for the Thanksgiving holiday, not Christmas. Originally titled One Horse Open Sleigh. The song was inspired by the sleigh races in Medford, Massachusetts. Its association with Christmas grew later over time due to its popular winter theme. Yeah, so that is one of them. And then, so what I was thinking of, I was telling Anastasia the other day, oh my goodness. Now, I can think of who I know sung it because we like the Carpenters much. Oh, there's no place like home for the holidays. So I always thought that song was more of a Thanksgiving song also. But when you ask, I researched it and it says no, it's Christmas, but I think it was more of a Thanksgiving song. So does anybody else know what the other song is? Yeah, so I'll give it a few more minutes. You don't know? All right. Over the River and Through the Woods. So Over the River Through the Woods was written by Lydia Maria Child in 1844. It's originally published under the title The New England Boy's Song about Thanksgiving Day. It appeared in her book Flowers for Children, Volume 2. The song later had music added by an unknown composer. So, originally for Thanksgiving, the lyrics are often adapted and to be sung at Christmas time. So I thought that was pretty. Now I knew that song was, and I thought I had heard about Jingle Bells years ago and everything. So I was like, I thought that was a fun type of thing that it's to show Anastasia and everything. Because everybody goes, "Why are you singing Christmas songs so early?" I said, well, there's a couple songs that aren't Christmas songs. So the next time you're singing Jingle Bells, you can tell them that, oh no, that was written for Thanksgiving. I said, Over the River and Through the Wood was originally published in 1844 as a poem written by Lydia Maria Child. The poem was published in a child's book of poems, Flower for Children, Volume 2, and was originally titled The New England's Boy's Song about Thanksgiving Day. So that's in time, Child's poem was set to music by an unknown composer, and over the years, many children have grown up singing the song in school or community holiday programs. Traditionally, Over the River and Through the Wood is sung as a Thanksgiving song, which the original lyrics say "Hooray for Thanksgiving Day" rather than "Hooray for Christmas Day." Another lyrical change was that the original poem read, grandfather's house rather than grandmother's house. The original poem also contained 12 verses. In a behind-the-scenes video about Choir's new Hallelujah album, this is the Tabernacle Choirs, which features Over the River and Through the Wood, Associate Director Ryan Murphy discussed his new arrangement of the song. He explained, what we did, what's called asymmetrical meter in it, which makes it feel like it's a little bit off kilter. It was a lot of fun to do the arrangement. So, people, different people put their own spin on it and everything. So, yeah, that's it has 12 verses. And I'm not going to go through all of it, but I was like, the Tabernacle Choir is what I pulled up. So if y'all want to see all the verses and everything, you can just, Google the song. But I thought that was pretty cool and all. So, but I'm not going to keep y'all much longer. It is Thanksgiving Eve and everything. I did want to go live, show y'all a little bit of stuff that we do and everything. I will do a video and show y'all the pies that we have. Of course, our apple pie is a Marie Callender pie because it has no dairy in it. So thank you, Marie Callender, for giving us an apple pie this year. Now, we did make the pumpkin pie. The pumpkin pie is a recipe that Anastasia had when she was doing the Kids in the Kitchen that they made one year. So they made that pumpkin pie and I made the chocolate pie. So I will make a video for both channels to show what we've had for Thanksgiving and everything and all. So, but y'all, thank y'all for being here. Thank y'all for being in the chat and the TV watchers and the replay watchers and everything. Y'all have a wonderful and happy Thanksgiving. Stay safe, enjoy family and everything. Hey, Cindy, thank you so much. And I'll see you Friday on Cooking Dairy Free and Alpha Gold with Nancy, or Saturday night with our Treasure Home Bible Study. Y'all have a wonderful and fabulous evening. God bless. Stay safe. We love y'all. And we'll see you next time on Our Treasure Home.